and welcome to the April episode of Historified. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Annie.
And today we are coming to you from the Collin County History Museum that is located here in McKinney at the corner of Virginia and Chestnut Street. And we are joined by the new executive director, Rachel Hogan.
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're excited to have you. We absolutely love your museum. And we thought this was the perfect time to have you come on board and for you to discuss the museum with us here on Historified, because we know you have a lot of exciting things that are coming up that we'll touch on in just a minute. But also, I do know that currently you have new museum hours, correct?
Yes, right now we're open on Saturdays 10 to 4, and then our hours will expand at the end of May from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 10 to 4.
Oh, that's good. Right, just in time for summer for the kids to come down and when the parents are looking for things to do.
Yeah, to get out of that heat.
How much does it cost to come here?
Admission is free, always free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rachel, what can people, when they come down to the museum, what can they expect to see?
So our main gallery, we have a permanent exhibit that features made in Collin County. Lots of different people started their careers here and have their lives here. And then we also have a pop-up exhibit that changes about every month. We had Women's History last month, and this month we have a weather exhibit.
Oh, fun, fun. Yeah, so this is the Collin County History Museum. So that covers all of Collin County, right?
Yes, there's
Okay.
lots of different cities
Yes.
that are incorporated here.
Yes. And when did the Collin County History Museum start?
Over 20 years ago, so originally this building was built in 1911. The federal building is a post office, which is really neat.
That's
And
cool.
then it served as a fallout shelter after that during the Cold War.
Wow,
We also have the original civil defense sign, which is
that's amazing
a
too.
neat artifact.
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
have.
Okay, okay. And tell us a little bit about your weather exhibit. What can people see when they come to see that pop-up exhibit?
So it is hard to put a tornado in an exhibit case, but we did the best we could with some of the artifacts that we have. I actually have one here if you want to take a look. This is tornado insurance from 1920.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
So it was on a house in Princeton, and it doesn't give an exact address. It just explains the dwelling and kind of where it was located. So inside, we can't open it, but inside
Right.
it does say that it had a tin roof and a barn was included in the dwellings, and that was added to the insurance.
Wow,
The insurance policy.
that is amazing. I wonder if they still sell tornado insurance.
I don't know, and I also wonder how much, does it say how much it was?
I have it on. It should
The
say on
premium
front.
was $3.30, if
Okay.
only, and then the amount was for $1,000.
For the dwelling and the contents.
Wow,
Okay,
that's amazing.
I think I could do that.
Yeah,
$3.30, done.
there you go. Boom.
Sold. I feel safe
I want
already.
some tornado insurance now.
Two separate tornadoes, historic tornadoes, are featured in a presentation that we made. We have the Melissa tornado in 1921 that took out almost the entire city. It was devastating. So here is a postcard, and you can see all these on display in our exhibit. Here's a postcard from 1921.
Oh, wow,
Ooh,
that's
I
amazing.
just made a postcard.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna make a postcard
Usually it
of
was
the
the
damage.
easiest way to send family something that had happened
That's
or
true.
an event.
Yeah, yeah.
The cheapest way to do it.
right. Ugh, that is, wow.
Yeah, that was rough. That actually took out one of the first black churches in Collin County, and they were able to rebuild, and that church is still there. It's called St. Paul. And
Oh, okay.
It's off of the 5 in Melissa.
Really?
Wow. I think they did a bus tour a couple years ago of Collin County churches, and I think we visited the St. Paul church. It's beautiful.
Really?
Yeah,
Now I want to go see it.
exactly. They need to do another one.
And then here is an original newspaper from 1948 after the McKinney tornado. So that took out the cotton mill, textile mill, I'm saying it right, and devastating. Over $3 million of damage, which is a lot.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think that's the one that I'm most familiar
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
is
they-
the one from 1948.
Yeah. 3 casualties and over 50 people injured.
wow.
And here's these are also in the pop-up exhibit, but here's some original photos too.
Oh, from the McKinney one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I remember seeing articles about it in the newspaper. It's really cool that you have like an actual newspaper from the time, from the
Yeah.
McKinney Examiner.
And we have a video of like old time McKinney residents, and I think a lot of them do talk about being alive during that tornado and what they did, and they were in school, and some kids were walking home, and so yeah, we'll have to get you a copy of that CD so you can watch it. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to. I'm going to bring my son to see it because he just loves weather. So I'm definitely going to be bringing him to come and see your pop-up.
Yeah. What I think is the neatest thing, I'm not from here, but I noticed doing all the research for this pop-up that Texans are resilient and they do come together when there's a need. So
Yes.
that's
True.
Yep.
a neat part of reading all these old newspapers and all these articles is that should be proud to be Texan.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Be proud.
I know, right?
And I know, didn't a couple months ago you had a pop-up exhibit of a famous four-legged animal that McKinney is famous for. What was that all about?
So that was Benji. The original Benji movie, 1974, I believe, was filmed here in McKinney. And the homeowners of the Benji house had brought some of the things that they had collected over time, and it was neat. It was it really was a cultural phenomenon that Benji created. They had plates and stuffies, stuffed animals,
Yes.
all kinds of stuff. Whatever they could put Benji's face on, they did.
Yeah.
And it was definitely, Benji is definitely a reflection of the 70s and what people were into.
Yeah.
I had a Benji stuffed animal. I remember seeing the movie when we moved down here. And then I also got a bunch of ephemera. I do a lot of scrapbooking and crafting. And I opened it this weekend and I looked, and there's actually a Benji book in there. It's a Benji little book. So I'll have to bring that over to Ian and his wife.
Yeah, I actually
Elisa.
did see Benji and McKinney. Don't come after me, but I was more of a Chomps person. I'm sorry, if you were alive back then and you watched the Benji movie, you knew what Chomps was, and he looked just like Benji.
Oh,
And
okay.
he was like a robot dog. Sorry. He could jump. He was like bionic woman in a dog.
I have no
It
idea.
was
who
called Chomps.
Chomps.
Check it out. Don't come at me. Sorry. I was only like 3. Yeah, give me a little grace on that one. But I do have a lot of respect for Benji. Who doesn't love
yes.
Benji? I actually really loved the pop-up that you had for Women's History Month. And especially that you brought out some World War II. I'm sorry, I'm a World War II nerd. If you don't already know.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. And I absolutely loved that pop-up that you had out. And it was hard to like pull away from it when it was time for me to leave. I just wanted to see like every detail. So I love that you're doing all these pop-up exhibits for everybody to come and see. Do you have more coming up? I know right now it's the weather. Do you have any other events that are on the horizon?
Yes, so we actually received a very generous donation of scholarly books from a Cherokee Nation member who passed away. And he donated all those books to us. And that's what motivated us to open up a new section of the main floor, so it'll be part of the main gallery tour. It'll be a research room.
That's
Oh,
exciting.
that's exciting.
Yes.
We'll come down. I love
yes.
doing the research.
That event is May 2nd. There's to be determined time, but lots of people are going to come in for the grand opening of the research room.
And the research room, that won't be like a pop-up. That'll be
Permanent.
open permanent. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's really cool.
And the building itself is really neat, and there's an original safe in there where so the post office had the post office. Where you're sitting right now is where they did all the sorting, and in that safe behind you is where they would keep stamps and stuff. So this safe is where they would keep money and then deposit it for people at a bank, along the square.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know that either.
I do love all the odd doors,
Yes.
though, right? I always nerd out a little bit in here, and I love all the details. It's an amazing building. You have such a great museum. I always love the pieces that you have in here. It's just such a great treasure for Collin County to have.
So the post office has 2 safes, And obviously, this one has been open for a while, but did you find anything interesting when you were cleaning out? We always find stuff when we're cleaning out rooms to
Usually
get
ice
them
cream
ready.
freezers.
Yeah.
So the safe both safes are original to the building. So that one housed just some artifacts, some artwork that, we didn't have a place for. So we relocated that. And I swear we were all done. A board member and I, Don Parker, were cleaning it out and, wiping it down and making sure there's nothing left in there. And then he did one last pass and pulled out this little leather pouch. And he took it out and was like, well, I'm going to take it home and do some research. And he texted me the next day, I think, and was like, you're never going to believe this, but it looks like this is a bloodletting tool from the early 1800s.
Oh my gosh.
And we have no idea how it got there in PastPerfect, which is the software.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
archival software. And so, mystery at the museum. Why is there a bloodletting tool?
Wow.
So could you
the
deposit money and blood?
Yeah, if you were sick,
It was the best.
if you were sick, you could, drop your money off and get better from the flu at the same time.
Wow.
Okay.
That is
That's-
amazing.
And it's really, it's very
And kind of
intact.
creepy.
It is, yeah. Kind of dark,
Yeah. Ew.
I kind of want to know how it works. Oh, I think I just
No, you
got the
don't.
idea. If you look really close, you're like, oh, I see it now.
Are you volunteering?
No.
Wow.
I probably need like a tetanus shot.
So this will be on display. It'll be in a case in there in the research room, with the story of how we found it.
That's fun.
Wow. So if anybody knows why the Collin County Post Office here in McKinney would have a fleam and a bloodletting tool, please comment.
Very interesting. Spilling the tea here in Historified.
Yes.
Help us spill the tea. Uncover the mystery of McKinney's post office. Well, that's really fun. I had never seen that before, so that's really neat.
Yeah. I've read about them in, historical fiction, and people, that's just what they did. They would just bleed you. And then what was really bad is that they wouldn't wash it.
That's
So
great.
gross.
Yeah.
That wouldn't fly in today's world.
Just sharing. Sharing is caring. So then, I know you have another event that's coming up on May 9th, right?
Yes, we have a museum mixer, which is just to come and hang out with other people from the history community. It could be just people who like history, or all kinds of people are going to be here. And that's sponsored by Three Nations Brewery in Anna.
Oh, wow.
That'll
That'll
be
be
a lot of
fun.
fun. And will
Yeah.
the research room then be open for that, and everybody can
Yes.
kind of look through it and? Okay.
And maybe by then we'll have the mystery solved, or maybe someone has some ideas that they want to share of what happened. Or
I feel like everybody's
Yeah.
just going to be looking at that, going,
Exactly, there it
is.
So we are very excited to open up this relationship once again, between Chestnut Square and the Collin County History Museum. And we're hoping to do a bunch of cross events as well, and open up some definitely some educational opportunities for people. And we can't wait to do this collaboration and to just bring awareness of, in general, the museums around McKinney, because I know that we also talked to the Heard Wildlife Museum, and they want to do something as well. So keep watching, keep looking, and keep your ears open, because next year we're definitely going to do kind of a across the McKinney Museum Day, or a museum event that revolves around Best Heard. So
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're really lucky here at McKinney to have the museums that we have.
yes,
And it's really important for our community to continue to support us, support all the museums in McKinney, because it's our culture, it's our history, and yeah, I just think it's wonderful that we have this for the community to come and see and be a part of.
Right.
And there's ways to support the museum. What are ways that they can support Collin County History Museum?
So becoming a member is always ideal. Also, you can simply just sign up for the newsletter. There's tons of information in there.
Okay.
I put stories in there, pictures in there, events, events that are coming up, events that are past, also like to feature other people's events and what they have going on. Because like you said, this is a community. In order to keep all this going, we have to work together. And luckily, McKinney and downtown McKinney, they do a really good job, with keeping us here and
Right.
moving the traffic along. But we could always use some more people to come in, and that's support too.
Okay.
That's
Good.
great.
Yeah.
And can anybody sign up to possibly volunteer here?
Yes, so we are in partnership with Volunteer McKinney, and there are opportunities for front desk. Also, if you'd like to help out with the archives at all, and you're interested in that, you can come and talk to me, and we'll work something out.
Oh, that's fun. 'Cause
That's
we know
awesome.
we have a lot of history lovers here in McKinney.
Yes, definitely.
And so I think that'd be right up their alley.
Well, and not only, you don't have to be just in McKinney, you can be in Collin County in general.
Oh, yeah.
So anybody who wants to further the history of Plano or Wiley or Princeton, Melissa, Salina, anybody in that area, because this is Collin County's history.
Right.
So I think that is really cool, because even though during research you find that even though the Brimmers owned the store in McKinney, they at one time lived in Weston or they lived in Chamberlain, and so it's fun to see all of those cities come together and to just know the history of all of Collin County.
No, I agree. And then I also know that the community, Collin County, everybody out there can follow you on Facebook.
And we share our events there, and little tidbits of history, like to feature some artifacts on there and some things that have happened around the county.
Okay, so definitely you're going to want to go on Facebook and follow the Collin County History Museum for all their upcoming events and anything that's going on. And definitely go on their website and sign up for the newsletter. I love your newsletter. You do such a great job.
It's wonderful.
It's really, really great newsletter. And yeah, I think it was so great to have you on here today.
Yes, thank you. And I can't wait to maybe come back and do some more of these collaborative interviews and just see what's going on here.
And I can't wait to see
Yeah.
what you bring the rest of the year. I mean, I know of the weather pop-up. I can't wait to hear any of the other pop-ups that you have planned. And I know maybe that's still in the works. Maybe you're trying to keep that secret. I guess everybody will just have to follow you on Facebook to find out what's going on.
And the newsletter.
And the newsletter.
But I know I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what all you bring here. So I love this museum. I know, Annie, you do too.
Oh, it's a wonderful, it's so fun. And every time I come in here, there's something else, there's a little detail just in the building that I never knew, or another artifact that just kind of pops out. So I just love walking around this old building. I really enjoy it.
And it's great because it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Chestnut Square.
Yeah.
So if you're there at Chestnut Square on a Saturday for farmer's market, maybe you do a tour of our village,
Yes.
you can just walk on down here and check out the Collin County History Museum.
Yeah, it could be a day of history.
It could be. It could be a fun day for the kids.
Yes, and adults.
And adults.
So be sure to follow us on all of our social media. Follow us on, what are our social media?
Oh my
Tony?
gosh, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and we are kind of on TikTok. We've been a little slow on that one. We're getting there. We're getting back on there. You can also go to our website at chestnutsquare.org. And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube to Historified so you can get all the upcoming podcasts and you can listen to this one over and over
And over again. Yeah.
We don't have a problem with that.
No.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes,
Rachel,
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
being
Rachel.
our guest.
Yes.
And
We will see you next time.
bye-bye.